And welcome back to day 2 of Weeks of What If. So, we are going with a Dragon Ball one, because I haven't done a Dragon Ball one in a little bit. Jonathan. We're going with Jonathan. Asked the question that a lot of people ask, what if Kid Goku went Super Saiyan? So, to understand this, we have to go back to a scenario in Dragon Ball where Kid Goku would go Super Saiyan. Now, I, like a lot of people, think it'd be around the time that Krillin was killed. His best friend was killed. Rage boiled inside of him. And instead of just going out and murdering, like, Tambourine or something like that, he actually snaps and transforms into Super Saiyan. Now, it should be noted that at this point, his body can't handle Super Saiyan. And it explodes in the end. Oh, I know. But he goes into it. He's kind of in a blind rage, and, he murders. I think it was Tambourine who did it. I think it's Tambourine. Basically murders Tambourine, but he pretty quickly fizzles out, and then King Piccolo comes and beats the snot out of him. He survives, goes to Korn's lookout, things more or less progress like that. Right now, because he's now hit Super Saiyan once, every time's going to be a little easier. But it's still going to be right now a form activated by rage, not by something he can control. It's not going to be something he can do right off the bat. Also, it should be noted that a power level of 180, I believe, which is what he had around that time. 1 second. 180 times 50. Yeah, 9,000 power level. He completely would waste King Piccolo when that eventually happens. So, he and King Piccolo, again, they go out. They basically collide. And I know he got stronger. It wasn't by much, but he did get strong. It was like maybe 220 or something like that. Point being, he goes and they clash. That fight goes about the same until Goku eventually, thinking about Krillin and everything like that, snaps, turns Super Saiyan again. And at that point, the power that's coming off of Goku is scaring the ever-loving piss out of King Piccolo. And he just, boom, plows right through him again. Spits out the egg. Piccolo Jr. will come out. Everything's dandy like that. Now, what we're really going to focus on here is, at least for the minor part of Dragon Ball, that time period where Goku's training with Kami. Now, it is known he tried going to the Hyperbolic Time Chamber at least once. It didn't work out. He nearly killed him. But he tried doing it once. While Goku is training, I do believe he would be working on trying to access this form again. And after so many years of training with Kami, meditation, things along those lines, I do believe he would learn to access Super Saiyan. It would not be something that his body could really handle with the level of power he has. But he knows it's something that would drain and tax him very. Basically, despite having figured it out and able to access it, it'd still be very taxing on him initially. So he wouldn't use that unless he absolutely had to. That being said, training to reach Super Saiyan also makes him stronger than his canon counterpart by a decent measure. I would be willing to put him somewhere in the 350 range as opposed to the 260, because training in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, learning to do Super Saiyan in there, I think that factors in. So you cut to the, what was it, the 25th or 24th? I can't remember, 21st? Basically, cut to the tournament. And most of it goes the same, except Goku's now kind of just dominating all his fights, even with Tien. And, Piccolo. So yeah, but we get to the fight with Piccolo, and they clash, and Piccolo still puts up a pretty solid fight, particularly when he turns into the giant form. But Goku's still able to just, wail on him, boom, 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 boom. Eventually, the ring gets destroyed. Goku then charges in, smashes him again. Piccolo still gets that cheap shot on where he basically blasts into his shoulders. And then, just blasts. And just starts beating him in the shoulder. It's like, it's over, Goku! And then Goku just like, transforms, going from 350 to, get that right here right now, times 50... 17,500, and just Goku just using his good arm, just boom, snaps Piccolo's and just boom, knocks him out freaking cold, just boom, then just gone. Goku quickly retreats back, or recedes Super Saiyan back, just because he's already hurt and he can't hold Super Saiyan very well in this form right at the moment, but he can do it still. So, everyone gets our Senzu Bean. Piccolo is healed up, and they go their separate ways. And more or less, same stuff happens as it does in the canon. I mean, him going to put out Fire Mountain, that has no issue fighting that chick at all. Well, I can't remember her name, but he has no issue fighting her. Yeah, not much else difference happens in Dragon Ball. Cut to Dragon Ball Z. That's where the fun starts. So Piccolo has been trained. Piccolo is still a little below Goku's. Goku was like at 416. Piccolo's like 408. Piccolo, I believe, would be pushing his training a lot more hardcore. He would actually, I think, even be a little stronger than Goku's base, which Goku gained like a 60% increase overall from his base from Dragon Ball or his power from Dragon Ball to DBZ. With Super Saiyan training and hardcore training, I would fully imagine you get he'd double his power overall. He'd be around 700. Piccolo also, having been able to also sense Goku, can sense this and be like, no, I'm not going to let him get ahead of me. Do it. Training his damnedest. So I'd imagine he'd be more like close to like 710 at full power. Goku's suppressed with his like training clothes on for like 600. Same with Piccolo's like probably like 580. But again, when Piccolo takes off, their base, he's actually stronger. So when Rad shows up, immediately he sees Goku's power level is around 700, which is easily twice as strong as he was, or not twice as twice as strong when he showed up there. So he's still able to grab Gohan and get a cheap shot on him. And now he just waits for Goku and Piccolo to show up. Both their powers are around 1200, about the same, not quite the same. It's actually Rad's is actually around 1500. It was revealed. So they come up, they take off the weighted training clothes, and they go and they start fighting. He's like, "Give me back my son." He's like, "Come on, Kakarot, is that the best you can prove?" Piccolo gets a good shot in. Goku gets a good shot in. At 700, they are right around half his power level now, as opposed to around the 400 versus 1500. They weren't even a third of his power level. They're right around a half now. They're able to put up a much better fight. But still, overall, Radz is still the stronger. So he takes out Piccolo's arm, slams Goku in the gut. Goku's finally able to retaliate. Now, at this point, Goku has okay control of Super Saiyan. It's not as draining anymore. He's had years to really work on it. So he can maintain it it's kind of like Super Saiyan 3 for him right now. Is that it's still draining his stamina, but not like he can't hold it for a couple minutes. He can certainly do that. He had just a long drawn out fight will overall drain him in this scenario, but still at 700 with his power. Yeah, and again, doing the math real quick, I believe that would put him at around 35,000. 35,000. So he just suddenly he's like, "Yeah, I said, give me back my son!" And just transforms into Super Saiyan, which blows Rad Scouter to hell. Because remember, Rad Scouter, they still had that, and it blew up around 21,000. It just blows. It's like, the hell? And then Rad just gets the ever-loving shit kicked out of him. Just going to town on him. Goku then kicks him, immediately goes to the pod, grabs Goku, like, "Go on, there you are, son. Daddy!" It's like, "Oh, what are you?" And they just sees it. It's like, could he be the legendary Super Saiyan? And just, he tries to give Radz Beth kind of like, basically the scenario with Frieza. He would probably let Radz go. Radz is cowardly, so Radz would go off. So he goes back to Vegeta and Nappa, and just says, it basically explains that. And we're going to end this on the Saiyan Saga, by the way. This is part 1. And basically goes, it's like, what happened? Why did you realize this guy? And then he's in shock. He's like, "Speak!" Slaps Raditz. Now, Raditz actually would get a Zenkai boost, by the way. Wouldn't be a very big Zenkai boost. He'd probably get like a third. So he'd actually be around 2,000. His power would be increased because he gets the ever-loving piss kicked out of him. But eventually he does explain the scenario to Vegeta and Nappa. It's like, Kakarot, he was, and then the scenario happens there. Do they kill Raditz? Yeah, I think, because Vegeta killed Nappa when he felt like he wasn't using this. He kills Raditz too. I think that just happens. Raditz doesn't make it out of this scenario, sadly. So now Vegeta and Nappa are on their way. Kami can sense, now King Kai and Kami can sense this. or at least Kami can sense this. But he can also pick up that the Saiyans will arrive in about a year. So what they do is they go for training. Now, Goku, it basically goes to Kami for training. It's like there's nothing more you can learn from me, Goku. However, I made an arrangement with someone else. It's like, oh, really? It's like, what? It's like, you're going to be training with King Kai. So, he makes an arrangement to train King Kai. He sends him to King Yama. All while all the other Z fighters are training. Most of them, if not all of them, are going to be the same power levels they were. Piccolo will not be. The reason for this is Gohan never displayed that rage, which never caught Piccolo's interest. So Piccolo is not going to be training Gohan. Gohan's going to be left with Chi-Chi. Goku also explains to Chi-Chi why he's got to go to protect the Earth and all that, and she doesn't like it, but she understands. So Goku also gets the King Kais in a record time. The gravity of King Kai's planet is still a little, it's still tough, but he shows off Super Saiyan to him, and he just, wow, that's wow. But it's like, you must learn to train, and you must learn to train not just in controlling this form of yours, but also learning to handle the gravity in your base form as well. And Goku actually understands this concept. So Goku spends time training with King Kai. And while King Kai says, I was going to teach you my Kaioken technique, but that super form of yours, that gold hair form of yours seems much better. It's like, no, I still want to learn new techniques, King Kai. Well, okay. I don't want to always have to rely on this form, which is a good point. Goku's an opportunist. He'll learn from anyone who's willing to teach him. So he would still learn the Kaioken and Spirit Bomb. Now, cut to close to when the Saiyans are showing up. Piccolo took about an 8% increase from when he was from basically the Radids to the Saiyans to when the Vegeta and Nappa showed up. But he also had to train Goku in just survival tactics and just learning how to fight. So he was a little detrimental to his training. Without Gohan there, plus the added advantage of being not manipulated, but incentivized to beat Goku still. Because if the Saiyans are anything like Radids or stronger than Goku, possibly, he still wants to beat Goku. This Piccolo is still not a really good guy. He's still fighting generally he's on our side at the moment because he has to be. So you take that, you take an 8%. I would go so far as to say he'd have like a 15% or 15 times 15 increase to his power, which Kevin, he'd probably be roughly. I'm gonna go a solid number of 725 after the whole Radids debacle. Oh, Papa, why don't you go outside? And that puts him at 10,800, which why don't we just round him up to 11,000 just for an even number? So he's gonna be around 11,000 when he actually eventually shows up. When he's done training, which is going to be far more powerful than Nappa is, far more powerful than any of the other Z Warriors. Goku also has been training on King Kai's. Now at this point, he can do Super Saiyan about as easily as he could after he got back from Namek. That's fine. His power level, he gained a 20 times increase in his base form. Also factor in training with the Kaioken. Training with practicing his Super Saiyan. I'm going to give him a slight increase from that from 20 to 25. Add a 25 to 20 times multiplier onto 700. I'm so glad I have my phone with a calculator. And you get a power level, roughly speaking, of 17. We're going to round him up to 1800. We're going to round him up to Vegeta's. I don't really enjoy doing those oddball numbers if I can, which would also make sense because his body's toughened up too. Also, having been trained with Kaioken and Super Saiyan, not together, mind you. I think at one point Goku would try it and realize, nope, this is not, no. That will be another what if, by the way, of what if you could use Kaioken with Super Saiyan. So Goku, I think's body will be a lot tougher at this point with an 18 power level. Not super, like he could handle probably a Kaioken times 4, the same way he could handle the times 2 if he had to. So, last but not least, Goku is able to arrive on time because they contact Kami because they don't have to wish him back now, and he just is sent to Earth now. So, enter the day the Saiyans arrive. Piccolo, Goku, all Z fighters meet up there, meet up to basically where the Saiyans arrive, and they square off. Now, Piccolo and Goku both are looking at Vegeta. Nappa's like, oh, come on. Who wants to take a swing at me? Nappa kind of just brings out the Cybermen. All the Z fighters pretty much take out the Cybermen with no problem. Goku just eliminates him. Piccolo eliminates him, no problem. There's no delay from the Cybermen that Gohan was going to take out. I'd even imagine that Yamcha survives. So then you factor in them taking on Nappa, and Piccolo and Goku just is like, all right, it's like who's gonna get who? It's like, what do you do? It's like, come on, and then rock paper scissors, and Piccolo gets stuck with them. It's like, darn, I won the other guy. He looks strong. It's like, oh yeah, well, let's see what you got. Boom, and then Piccolo just ran. Piccolo would also be suppressed at this point, probably only around 5,000, but still strong enough to take Nappa on with no problem. And Goku shows up, and he's suppressed, probably only around 10,000. Still stronger than Nappa, and still, Vegeta's impressed. Piccolo's at this moment just beating the crud out of Nappa, who's just like, you're making me so mad! And powers up to his full potential of 7,500. Then it's like, oh, you showed me yours, I'll show you mine. And then he just takes off the weights, powers up. He's around 11,000. Like, whoa, Piccolo, you really did get stronger. It's like, yeah, but unfortunately, so did I. And then he powers up, Goku does. And now Vegeta's like, ugh. His scatter's reading both 11,000 and 18,000 from both these guys. He immediately powers up because, like, he's equal to me. So now it's really going to come down to who's a better fighter. So they both clash. Nappa gets his shit wrecked. Just shit stomped by Piccolo. Piccolo's also a lot less kind than Goku, so he's not going to give him a chance to run away. And, he just blasts him away. Meanwhile, Goku and Vegeta are about equal because Goku wants to test himself against Vegeta too. They're about equal. Piccolo also senses that he's not as strong as Vegeta is. And Goku is just, so he just hangs back and just watch Goku get kind of beat up. So it's like, all right, it's like, cool, Kaioken, then just powers up. And it's like, Kaio what? And then boom, a Kaioken at 18,000 brings him up to 27,000. Standard Kaioken completely outmatches Vegeta at that point. So so now Vegeta's just like, oh, what? I am a Saiyan Elite. It's like, this planet is finished. And they said, it's like, oh boy. It's like, is this it? This the power used to defeat Red? It's like, huh? No, this isn't the power to defeat Red. I don't really know if I need to show you the power I used to defeat Red. Are you mocking me? It's like, and then you just get a gunfire. I'm gonna destroy this whole planet. Goku says, Kamehameha. We're just with a single Kaioken and a Kamehameha, completely overtakes Vegeta. At this point, Vegeta is just flabbergasted. Like, what is going on here? That's it. It's like, you got rid of the moon. Oh, and actually, the moon would not be destroyed. Actually, no, the moon was destroyed, wasn't it? Yeah, the moon was destroyed because it was. He destroyed the moon again, which was. I still don't get the concept of that. Anywho, so destroyed the moon again. But no, the moon should still be there, but the moon's not out, so he still needs to make a false moon. So it turns into his grade 8 form, and now Piccolo and everyone's running. He's like, oh man, and Goku quickly realizes that Kaioken's not going to do it. So I'm just gonna have to go. It's like, you want to see the power I use to defeat my brother? Then here it is. And then the power's up. At this point now, Goku has reached a power level just shy of 900,000. Vegeta's like, it can't be. It can't be. You. And then, it's a legendary Super Saiyan again. So, but he comes in and Goku just grabs that ape's hand just like that. Because at 800,000, he's impressive. But against 900,000, he ain't shit. So, Vegeta's just boom, boom, blast him. Goku does that whole thing like he did in Cooler's Revenge, where, he takes the blast and his hair's just floating. He's like, oh, is it my turn? And then boom, 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 and then grabs Vegeta by the tail and just rips the tail off. Vegeta goes and falls down, and he's just weakened. But he lets Vegeta leave, because that's just the way it works in this case. He just lets Vegeta leave, and Vegeta goes off. Now, how does that play out for the Frieza Saga and the Namek Saga? Well, we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z What If. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Those who want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. ideas for who would win, Star Wars, superhero, magic, what if, anything I do on the channel. Put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. This is technically Tuesdays, so I'll have another what ifs throughout the week, obviously. Who would win on Wednesday? Jurassic World on Thursday. Technically, seeing as this is Tuesday, should hopefully have a review for Tag up later today. So keep your eyes out for those. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.